And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. So you see the title of the video. Today, we're going to talk a little. We're going to keep this video short. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Michael Jordan and that legendary quickness, that legendary ability to recover that he has, and that I think he has more than any other superstar that we've seen. And, you know, Michael Jordan ranks among top 5 in shooting guards in both blocks and steals. And I think aside from him just being a great defender, or maybe I should say part of the thing that makes him a great defender, is his ability to recover. We've seen many times that, you know, Michael Jordan, he is human. He makes mistakes. We've seen him make mistakes gambling, but the difference that separates Michael Jordan and a lot of people, that even if the defender gets around him, Michael Jordan is quick to make a recovery. And the reason I chose this thumbnail of Allen Iverson, we all know that Allen Iverson came into the league pretty much, like I said, it was the first of those new guards that had that extra quickness, that had some good handles, even though you could argue that Allen Iverson was the first to kind of bend the rules on what we consider a carry. Matter of fact, I was watching a clip of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen commenting on Allen Iverson. And, you know, Michael Jordan basically just said, you know, hey, he's quick and blah, 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 blah. Scottie Pippen actually, you know, questioned the legality of that move, you know, basically saying, you know, sometimes it looks like he's carrying, pretty much. I'm paraphrasing. But I chose this thumbnail because everybody remembers this play when Allen Iverson came into the league, got to try his legendary crossover on Michael Jordan, and it worked. You know, it left Michael Jordan shook. But the thing to notice, if you watch that play, and I'm going to put up the next picture here, is how close Michael Jordan came to blocking that shot anyway. I mean, if you see, you see how shook he was from that crossover. And yet he still, you know, was this close to blocking AI's shot. So, you know, to me, that signals two things. You know, that shows the quickness of Michael Jordan to be able to make up that ground so quickly to still almost block the shot. That shows the quickness of Allen Iverson, because had Allen Iverson been some other guard, it would have been a block. You know, if Allen Iverson wasn't so quick that he could put that distance that MJ had to make up, it would have been blocked. And the other thing that it shows is that this tenacity, Michael Jordan's recovery on defense, that black cat quickness that he was known for. And to me, this leads me to, you know, one of the things that Jordan fans talk about Michael Jordan, I would say, is a misconception of Michael Jordan fans. And that is, we think Michael Jordan can do no wrong. People think that we think Michael Jordan doesn't make mistakes. But actually, what it really is we admire how Michael Jordan handles his mistakes. We admire how Michael Jordan handles when he has a mishap. Again, the commercial. Say, I failed over and over again. That is why I succeed. When Michael Jordan gets burned on defense, he doesn't give up on the play. Like, it immediately kicks in to try to recover. And this is how he was able to get so many steals and blocks, because, you know, most people think, okay, I put a move on somebody, and once I got past them, you know, I'm home free. But that wasn't the case with Michael Jordan. With Michael Jordan, you still had to be looking over your shoulder. You know, again, we can talk about the New York Knicks playoffs when you know, Michael Jordan hits the shot, he steals the inbound pass, he lands in front of Xavier McDaniels. McDaniels gets the steal on MJ, and MJ chases him down and strips him before Xavier McDaniels can make the layup. Again, this is that nonstop hustle that we talk about with Michael Jordan. And like I said, you know, again, people think that Michael Jordan fans think MJ can do no wrong. It is exactly the opposite. It is how MJ handles the adversity. It's how MJ handles his mistakes. It's how MJ handles his failures. Again, part of the greatness of his legacy is the fact that he did lose to the Pistons for, what, 3 years in a row before they finally overcame the Pistons. That is part of the greatness. And a lot of fans think that that's an indictment on his greatness. And, you know, and it depends on what happens after the failure. It depends on what happens after the failure. And here's the thing about Michael Jordan's career. Michael Jordan's career is a clear story about overcoming, constantly getting better, learning from your mistakes, and, you know, learning from your past so that you can stay on top. This is what Michael Jordan's career represents. So, you know, someone else failing in the playoffs is not the same. Because, again, it depends on how you recover from that. It depends on how you learn from that failure that ultimately determines what your legacy is going to be like. And, again, this is the thing that we admire about Jordan, is that he went through these failures and he didn't let it stop him. He didn't, it didn't make him want to quit. It didn't make him want to leave the Chicago Bulls. You know, it simply was, hey, I got to get better from year to year. And Jordan did this on a macro level and on a micro level. And that micro level is what we're talking about. That micro level is him playing defense. And yes, Michael Jordan made mistakes on defense, but the difference is Michael Jordan never gave up on the defensive play. And when we're comparing him to the deer, you know, when we're comparing him to the people who support the 4 and 6 kingdom, this is a completely different thing. This is a completely different mentality. This is completely different from LeBron James having no accountability on defense whatsoever, to LeBron James having to be shoved by Kyle Kuzma to be told to play defense. And yet somehow he still gets viewed by the mainstream media as one of the greatest defenders. And this is why I say about LeBron James. LeBron James has never, and when I say never, I mean not even at the beginning of his career, been a consistently great defender. LeBron James has made great defensive plays, but I can't think of, and people, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I can't think of any real recovery plays LeBron has made on defense. What I mean is a play where LeBron has gotten burnt and then recovered. Not a play where he's hawking somebody else's man down so he can get the chase down block because the player doesn't really see LeBron James coming. This is what LeBron James lives off of. Again, you know, pretty much the easy thing. You know, LeBron James is fast for his size. LeBron James can jump for a player his size. So for him to do a chase down block on somebody, and let's be real here, people, it's normally smaller players. His chase down blocks are normally on players is not as big as he is. So, yeah, this is a difference between Michael Jordan, like I said, not only being a great lockdown defender, but when he makes those mistakes, he still doesn't give up on the play. Like, he still, you know, hustles to try and get that strip or that block. And again, to me, this is why a lot of it translates to those steals and blocks, because, again, most people, once they put a move on you and feel like they've shook you, they think they're in the clear, and they're simply thinking about the next man ahead of them. So this is why Jordan is a lot of times not just able to recover on defense, but like I said, get that steal or get that block because the player is unexpected. And again, you know, we definitely have to credit some of this to Jordan's just superb athleticism, to that quickness to be able to make up ground so quickly. But again, he still has to put in the effort. He still has to put in the hustle. Yeah, you know, his hustle and his mentality, his never say die attitude was just above, I would say, every other superstar for the most part. You know, there's some people who probably run a close second in mentality, like Kobe and Larry Bird. But overall, you know, I have to give it to Michael Jordan. But anyway, this is actually a short video. We're going to hold up here. But yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day because I came across this Allen Iverson clip again. Might have been on Facebook or something. And I remember Allen Iverson himself saying on an interview, you know, yeah, I shook him, but if you look at the play, he still almost blocked my shot. And honestly, that was something I never really paid attention to until Allen Iverson himself said it. And then I had to go back and look at the play and was like, wow, you know, Jordan, you know, the picture I showed you guys, unfortunately, was a freeze frame. And so I couldn't really freeze it to the very last second before Allen Iverson released, to the very last second. But like, Jordan was probably within like 2 inches of blocking that shot. You know, so like I said, that demonstrates not only Michael Jordan's quickness, not only his recovery, not only his attitude of never giving up on the play, his overcoming his failures, but that also showed you how quick Allen Iverson was. Because like I said, had that been any other guard in that situation, they would have been blocked. You know, Allen Iverson was just quick enough to create that space and get off that shot right before Michael Jordan could get to it. But anyway, we're going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of the Black Cat and his ability to recover? And like I said, to me, it goes beyond that. And I'm going to say this one more time before getting off here. Again, a lot of people think that Michael Jordan fans think that he can do no wrong, but that is simply not the case. We actually admire how he overcomes his failures. The failures are there. We all can acknowledge this. Again, the failures are there. We know he lost the playoffs in 1995 when he came back from retirement to the Orlando Magic. But what did he do the very next season? Record-breaking season with the championship, which is still the greatest season again, because the Warriors didn't win a championship. So their season might as well not count at all. So we admire how he overcomes the failures, how he overcomes the obstacles. And this is the difference between Michael Jordan fans and LeBron James fans. And this is why you guys live in a world of delusion. This is why you guys have miserable nights. And this is why you guys are in everybody's comments whining and complaining and throwing insults because you can't formulate a logical thought in your head to save your life or anyone you love. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly, truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.